Greetings, adventurers! This is Effigy Dragon, and you are watching episode 5 of Simple Serenity. We are looking at building out our home base. We're going to start working on it here. I've got some initial blocks down in the ground just to give me points of origin for the outline of our initial structure. We're actually going to be building out further than that. It's going to be coming from this point and further this direction as well, but our main hall is going to be here with some wings going off this way and that for our enchanting and electroblob wizardry. We're going to have a nice window so we can see the waterfall coming down from the cliffside, and we're going to build out a wooden structure over here for our kitchen area, our bedroom, and probably a good smithy location as well. So we're going to have a large area covered for our initial structure. We'll end up working on a side building for our horse stables. That will be a future project. But what we're going to do here is get started with our construction. Okay, so we've got a randomizer bag from Effortless Building. This is going to help us put together this construction pretty quick. The randomizer bag allows for 5 different blocks to be set in there, and it will place them randomly. And it is especially helpful because it does work with effortless building, and we're going to use some options for lines and walls to speed up our construction. So the first thing we're going to set up here to do is get some of our base first level walls here. Now you can see I am limited to placing 6 blocks at a time, unfortunately. We'll have to upgrade that if we can. And we're not doing any mirroring right now, but there's a limitation on how many blocks we can set down at a time. So it's a limitation set up for survival play, because otherwise you could literally set thousands of blocks at a given time, which would definitely be a little overkill. But this is still allowing a rapid pace of construction for just our first level. Now I will be coming back through and poking some holes for doors and such. And I'm going to be trying out a new method that's going to have a double thick wall. For this structure, so we will see how that looks. Starting here in just a little bit. So okay, so we're going to have our main entry right here, and then for each one of these guys we're going to have a doorway into this section as well. So that right there is our very first level of our structure. I'm going to need next to find out what happened to my table. I'm not sure what happened there. I had a crafting table. Oh. And it's because I was still using effortless building. I didn't exit out of that. That's what caused my problem there. Oops. Definitely my fault. So let's go ahead. We're going to go and put these guys back in. But we do need some stairs. I actually have some blocks here to help with that construction. I need some stairs for the outer wall. I'm going to do some stone stairs. We're going to actually need quite a few of them. So boom, little over a stack, which is fine. We're going to need those. Out here. Now this is going to have a big window, 6 blocks, and these side ones have some windows here as well. 1, 2, split it by 2, 1, 2, off by 1. That's off entirely by 2. Let's fix that. And that's because what we're going to have happening here these sections are going to be filled in with these blocks. Now you'll notice I did not fill in this corner here, and that's because we're actually going to be using some stone walls in those areas. We're also going to have go there. You can see how quickly effortless building allows us to drop these guys in. 2. Actually, that was a goof by me. Let me fix that. 1, 2, boom, boom. Be able to switch between effortless building and normal building is actually quite nice. Already getting close to nighttime, so let's quick run, get the hay. Zoom this out toward morning and get back to building. And this pretty much a repeat of what we saw on the other side. And we're just doing quick swaps between our stone brick stairs and our randomizer bag. I'm actually a little concerned that our randomizer might be getting pretty empty here in just a moment, so I'm going to have to take a look at it just to make sure we still have some blocks. Oh. 2 more there. And there we have our first level set. Pretty quick. And we will be doing the floors later. But you can see how quickly this can go up. Let's go ahead and just power through and get the rest of this constructed. We're back from that wonderful time lapse for the lower section of our build. Actually, we're going to go ahead and start working on some of the roof line so that I can fill in some of the support beams. We're going to be doing a little bit of moving some of the blocks around. But I do want to go ahead and start these roof lines. And keep forgetting that it doesn't retain orientation. So I do have to be a little cognizant of that. Oh. Set up some scaffolding. Just some simple dirt scaffolding. So I get an initial roof line going. I don't have an option to maintain our line orientation. Just got to make sure we stay on our scaffolding while we put it in. So it does take a little bit of work, but it's well worth it, I think. And then we can grab a randomizer. We can go ahead and put in blocks. And go for our next line. Looks like I have to jump in the water here in just a moment to cool off. Because it is a hot, hot summer day. That is an unfortunate side effect of building in the summer. Is oppressive heat. Oops. A quick jump cut to where I'm actually not melting. Okay, so we have almost half of the main roof on. Almost half. We didn't quite make halfway over here. But I did want to finish off the edging of the roof here, and as you may have seen, the material that I'm going to be using is going to be controversial. I'm quite sure. We're using diorite to edge our roof line. Now, there's quite a few individuals who are quite vocal about their dislike of diorite, and that's perfectly okay. You don't have to love diorite. Oop. But I found that it worked quite well for what I wanted it to be able to do. I'm also going to be putting on an edge here. And actually, nope, I am missing a dark oak level, so let me go make that dark oak. Now we can get that edged in first. And then we can come back with our controversial diorite. And you might notice that this edge is coming up pretty sharp. That's because we're actually going to be building something up against the front of this like abandoned temple that we're going to be building into. So this roof line isn't going to end normally. So there's a reason for it. Thematically, there's a reason for the roof line there not ending like it would normally end. There we go. And once we're done and we've cleaned up our scaffolding, you'll see why I've got this here, and there's a little bit more edging cleanup here to do. Actually, that this wasn't there. So I will go ahead and finish this edge up, and we'll get the other side of that roof on as well. And we'll come back once the roof is on, and we can start finishing up some of the wall detailing. And we can actually then start moving some interior items in. So we're going along pretty good. And this should be done fairly soon. So we'll see you in a little bit. Sir? Sir, how did... Sir? How did you get up there, sir? That can't possibly be safe for you. You are a quadruped. Oh, you climbed with the dirt blocks. Yes, thank you. You can't be up here. It's simply not safe. Thank you. And we are back. Got the exterior pretty much taken care of, a little bit of additional detailing. You may have noticed I ended up pushing the windows around a little bit on the sides here, instead of having two 2x2 windows on each wall. I ended up going with a single 2x3, and I was able to put in some wooden support beams in here. I think it gives it a little bit better texture. I've got the spruce wood beams poking through the stonework. I've got, of course, the dark oak roofing material, the diorite edging, and then I've set some of the double thick walls, stone brick with some stone walls for some additional texture. And so that actually runs around the entire structure, and I added some of that in both ends. And again, this section is going to be married to a wooden cabin area for my own. It's like I've restored a damaged, ruined temple or church or something like that. The next steps are going to be getting some dyes so I can put in some glass windows. It does mean I'm going to have to get some sand and start smelting that. It looks like we've gotten into fall as the temperatures haven't been rising quite as badly. It looks like some of the tree color leaves are changing to fall color, so we're pushing toward fall again. The big change here that we're going to be seeing is once we hit winter, we're going to start seeing the snow falling again. So we do need to complete the construction of this building, the cabin for our sleeping arrangements, and possibly a greenhouse and stable for the horses. So we're starting to run out of time before winter comes around. So we're going to have to see about picking up the pace a little bit. And I wanted you to see what we've got completed here, and looks like some of the native persons are checking out exactly what's going on this hill. We've had the centaurs come in and inspect the construction. Now the satyrs are coming in as well, so we're nearing completion on this. So once we get those windows in, we can start moving the enchanting table and the electro blob wizardry into here, and then we can start outlining a nice section for the cabin where we're actually going to reside. But so we had a little bit of a time lapse today, a little bit of construction, and hopefully we'll be able to see the completion of our cabin come up in our next episode. So thank you for watching with me, and I hope you come back and watch again soon.